Welcome to Definitely Not Funny. Actually, the least funny person I know. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Definitely Not Funny. I am your host, Jackie Norris, and today we're reporting live from my New York City apartment. This is not live, but this is my first episode I've done from my apartment in New York, actually. So that's kind of chic, kind of exciting. You can probably hear my air conditioning. I actually have no idea. I know there's like podcasters in New York who are like, because there's no like built-in AC here. Some people have it, but I'm not rich, so I don't. But people are like, oh yeah, like I turned off my AC to record the podcast, so you couldn't hear. Like, you know what? Sorry guys, it's hot out. AC's staying on, and you're all champs, so it doesn't even matter. New York's been good. It's been treating me well. First, I talked about it in the episode with Jacob, so you're already aware. But I started out pretty overwhelmed by the city, pretty like, what the fuck? And it was very much a lot of like, what the fuck did I do? Like, why did I move? SOS. I miss LA. I miss the comforts of being home. But you know what? We can do hard things. That's what I keep telling myself. And there's things I absolutely love about New York. Like, I'm obsessed with the convenience of everything. I really love the people. I moved here like for the people, and you know, that has proven to be such a positive continuously. So I'm like obsessed with the people here. I'm obsessed with like kind of the convenience and the way of life. I'm just like not obsessed with like the noise and the smell and everything. So working on those, but once I get over those, there's no stopping me, baby. And there's little things like going to get my groceries. I literally feel like a hunter-gatherer. Like in LA, it was sort of like I'd be driving home from somewhere and be like, oh, let me just stop at Trader Joe's and like grab a couple of the groceries and call it a day. Like, no, like and it's not even winter yet, and I like get ready to go get my groceries. I bring my like empty bags. I like strap up. I head down to Trader Joe's. I go down to the basement where Trader Joe's is. I have to cross a bunch of streets. I come back and I have groceries in my bag across my body, and then I'm carrying 2 bags into my hands, and I'm walking it back, and I go all the way up my 5 flights of stairs, and I'm just like, God, I'm a hunter-gatherer. Like, that's kind of how I feel. But yeah, getting used to it. Really, it's the little things. So this episode's going to be short. It's going to be sweet. I was going to release, so I have an interview that's coming out soon. It was supposed to come out last week, and then I was like, okay, that's fine. It'll just come out this week. But then I still haven't gotten approval from the team of the person I interviewed. So we're waiting on that. Once we have that episode will be live, and it will be amazing. But in the meantime, you're just going to get some more of me. So today's short and sweet episode, I really want to focus on talking about like kind of creepings of FOMO in comparison lately. And I think summer really, really accentuates that, because summer is a time when everyone's like doing crazy things, and they're going on these big crazy trips and taking time off work and like in all these cool places, whatever. And so there's all that, but I want to talk about it in the sense of like comparison and like FOMO with like relationships, if that makes sense. So in like with summer, that relates, like there's all these weddings, so people are going to weddings with their significant others, and then like there's the people getting married, and there's like whatever. So I've been, as you all know, I am very single. I love to say I literally couldn't be dating less people. Like, it would be impossible to be dating less people than I am currently dating. Whether or not I'm happy about that is something different, but whatever. That happens to be the case. And it's fine. I don't like, what I realize is like, if I wanted to be dating someone, I could be dating someone. I just want to be really picky about whoever I'm dating. But this is a can of worms. That's a topic for another episode. Don't worry about it. But I wanted to talk about like this feeling of comparison when it comes to relationships. So people posting their relationships on social media, or like there a lot of like engagements are happening this summer. I know for me, I'm about to turn 26. And so my peers are like kind of in the 24 to 27 range. And there's a lot of people getting engaged now, which I'm sort of like, whoa. And so it's crazy because the way we're taught, I mean, as women, like, I don't know about how men are taught, whatever, but I know it's not the same way. As women, we're taught like marriage is the end goal. And I've talked about this in other episodes about how like, whatever, Ariel's entire goal was to like get a husband based on how pretty she looked. Whereas, like, Thomas the Tank Engine was doing, like, God the fuck knows what. But he was not trying to get married, and I know that for sure. So, as girls, we're taught, like, marriage is, like, the end-all, be-all. Like, that's the ultimate success. That's, like, the ultimate... You won the game. You win the prize, like, when you get engaged. When you get married. And so, it's funny because... And I'm very much a person that's not, like... I have to be in a relationship, or, like, I'm worthless, or whatever. Like, I'm... Like I said, very picky about it. I don't want to, like, be in just, like, a hoo-ha relationship, if that makes sense. So, I'm someone who really, like, I really value my career. I really value my other interests. I really value, like, whatever, my hobbies and my friends and things like that. And there's just other people who have a different value set and really value, like, relationships a lot more than that. But even me, as someone who doesn't have, like, finding a husband as the top of my hierarchy, I feel like when I see people get engaged or something like that, I'm like, ugh, they beat me. Like, they're doing it better than me, and they have what I want and I can't have. And it's such an interesting feeling. I haven't really unpacked this with myself. Okay, so I'm doing it here. But it's fascinating to me, like, to see someone, and it's hard because this is the hard thing about social media is like, oh my God, I get so, like, when a girl from my sorority gets engaged, I'm so excited. That's so exciting. She got engaged. Like, this is the guy she's been dating since her senior year. I'm so happy for her, like, whatever, all that stuff. But then also part of me is like, fuck, like, she got engaged and, like, I don't even have a date to go on. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know, super weird. So, and there's also, I don't know if I should, I can say this, it's pretty ambiguous. There's, like, this guy I've had a crush on for years now, and, like, whatever, we're friends. And he has a girlfriend, and I, like, can't help but, and they, like, post each other on social media, and they're adorable, and they're so fucking cute together, and they seem so happy, and I'm, like, happy for them, whatever, okay, I'm happy for them, I'm happy for her, she seems great, whatever, I don't know her. Anyways, they, like, are always, like, posting each other on social media and everything like that, and I view it as, like, I lost. Isn't that weird? That, like, that I'm like, oh, she's living the life that I could be living. Like, she's got this great boyfriend that blah, 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 and I could have, blah, 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 and I didn't do it, or what, I, like, kicking my, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what type of fucking thought pattern is that? And, like, why is that what I go to? So, I think we need to rewire what, like, the gut reaction when we like get into this comparison of people, like, in relationships. And I don't know the best way to do that, so I'm gonna think about it right now. Stay tuned. Okay, I'm back. I thought of something. A strategy that I've used actually with Zeke, because I really, as you guys know, I had to find Zeke a new home, and just, he would fucking hate it in New York. I can say that with full confidence. Oh my God, would he be miserable here? But I've been hysterically sad about that. And something that helps me is when I get really, like, sad about it and I'm sort of like, oh, I wish I had Zeke, whatever. I need to think about, well, what's something that I can do that I couldn't do while I had Zeke, if that makes sense. So, for example, that's like being able to go to the office and go straight to a dinner afterwards. I couldn't do that when I had Zeke. So I now, like, lean into that and do that activity and, like, spend as much time as possible out of my apartment, because that's something I couldn't do with Zeke, if that makes sense. And so it sort of is like, okay, well, this is good. So I think on the boyfriend thing, or relationship thing, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, um, to really think about it, like, okay, yes, like, that's great that, like, they're in a relationship, and, like, one day I hope to be in a relationship that I'm really excited about, but it's nice that I'm not in a relationship because I don't have to, there's so many things you don't have to deal with if you're not in a relationship. Like, you don't have to figure out how are we gonna split up holidays? Are we gonna do holidays with their family? Are we gonna do holidays with my family? Are we just gonna not do holidays together? Your vacation days for work. Like, okay, I've got to use my vacation days now for your family's reunion in Minnesota. Like, fuck me, dude. I'd rather use my vacation days to go to Europe. Thank you, XOXO. Like, I don't have to, you don't have to do that if you're in a relationship. You just kind of have more freedom, can do whatever. But if you're in a really healthy relationship, you can do all these great things too. But I think you're able to be, I think the biggest thing about when you're not in a relationship is you're able to be incredibly selfish. Like, I think now that I don't have Zeke and I'm not in a relationship, I can do whatever I want. Like, truly. I don't have to work around someone else's plans. I don't have to kind of like, and it's not even like, oh, like this isn't like, oh, you have a controlling relationship. Like, you are not allowed to go out with your girlfriends because your boyfriend said so. Like, no. I'm talking about, like, if it's my boyfriend's friend's birthday, like, this is an imaginary boyfriend, but it's like my boyfriend's friend's birthday, but a group of my girlfriends from school are all doing something. If you're in a relationship, you have to consider the other person's feelings. And you have to consider, like, shoot, should I go with my boyfriend to his friend's birthday, or should I go with my friends from school? Whatever. If you're single, do whatever the fuck you want. Literally whatever you want. You don't have to, like, go someplace because someone else wants to do it. Like, you can do whatever you want. You can hang out with whoever you want. You can do whatever you want. You can, like, work as much as you want. Go to the office as much as you want. Not go to the office as much as you want. Like, literally do your own fucking thing. So I would say, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do now. When I, like, see, like, a relationship thing and I'm like, oh, I'm jealous, I feel whatever, I can think, like, you know what? I get to be super selfish. And for the majority of my life, I will be in a relationship. So if I have this time to be selfish right now, I'm going to be selfish and I'm going to love it and live it up and lavish it. Okay, I feel like that's a good little strategy we can use. Let me know what you guys think, and let me know if you have other strategies you use. But here's what I want to add. Okay? Everything I said in this episode is like, oh, like, you see these other relationships on social media and you're like, oh, I wish I had something like that, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to tell a story that I don't know if I've told on this podcast. I actually really don't think I've ever told on this podcast. That shows how fake social media is. It literally, and I'm not talking just, like, in terms of, like, Photoshop or whatever, like, body image, like, no. Especially when it comes to, like, relationship posting. So I went to an invite, one of my sororities invites, my junior year of college. And I had a boyfriend who I had been dating for probably about, like, 8 months by then. And we were madly, madly in love. It was not the healthiest relationship on either part. I will not, like, sit here and just, like, poke blame at him. I was not great either. So we were whatever. We were a match made in paradise. Anyways, I posted a picture after that invite, like the day after. I posted this picture of the two of us, and we looked fabulous. It's honestly it's still on my Instagram because it's one of the best pictures of me. Like, we literally looked like we were going to a red carpet premiere. I had this, like, sexy long black dress with this huge slit all the way up the thigh, like, up my hip. Like, he was in a suit and, like, had these nice shoes on, and it was, like, perfectly unbuttoned at the top, and just, like, we had the perfect background and, like, facial expression. I had this bright red lipstick. Like, we just looked amazing, okay? And I was like, I'm posting this picture. And I posted the picture, and I posted some, like, cheeky little, like, funny little caption. I don't even remember what I said. But it was like, if I was scrolling Instagram and I, like, saw that picture, I'd be like, God, like, Jackie and her boyfriend are so hot. They look like such a great couple. They're so, like, elegant and chic and cool and just love each other and just, amazing. Okay. what you don't see, and I got so many comments on that, like, oh my God, love you guys, are the cutest couple ever. And I'm like, oh my God, thanks, I love you too, like, whatever. Okay. About, I don't even know, 25 minutes after that picture was taken, I posted it the next day. Okay. So 25 minutes after that picture was taken, we went back to my apartment to like pregame or something. I forget why we went back. Oh, I had to get something. I like left something in my apartment. So we went back to my apartment and we got in this huge fight. And I don't even remember what the fight was about. But I remember can I say this? So I'm not going to say I thought about it. I'm not going to say exactly what he said because you know what? This is the internet. It could get back to him. And I don't need to get in a fight with this kid. So for my own sanity, I'm not going to say what he said, but it was mean. It was nasty. I'm sure I said nasty things back. Confident I did. But we basically were so mean and so nasty to each other. And we got in the biggest fight. And I was crying and like, I don't even know if we made it to the event. I think we did. I know I did, but I don't know if he did. Who knows? But like, it was a fucking disaster. So needless to say, it was a horrible night for me. Like, and we got in the biggest fight and we like, it was so bad. I remember like, I don't even think we went home together. I think we got in a fight at the venue. I think he left. Like, I don't even know what happened. All I know is the next day I literally posted that picture and I was like, we're the cutest couple in the entire world. Everyone look at us. And I continued to date him for like 6 more months, but that's beside the point. Yeah. And I still have that picture up on social media. It's up there. I'm not taking it down. I look amazing. I'm not taking it down. But yeah, social media is fucking fake. So that's something I need to remember whenever I see like couples posting and stuff. Like, just remember, Jackie. Remember that picture from Invite and what had happened right after that picture. Like, just don't forget it. So, and for you guys, don't forget it. Know that it's completely fake. And it could be real. I mean, I've also had boyfriends where I've like posted pictures with them and we've been so happy and like madly in love and it's been amazing and super healthy and fantastic. But so there's sometimes when it's like real, but no, like not all the time it's real. You know what I mean? So just take it all with a grain of salt. All right, action item. Anytime we get jealous of someone in a relationship, we're going to be happy that we get to be selfish. Okay. All right. That's enough of me right now. I had a wonderful time talking with you guys. Thanks for humoring me in the short, sweet episode. Hopefully next week we'll have the interview come out, but if not, there will be another. I'll have something else. I'll have something else to make you smile. Okay. Have a great rest of your day, a great evening, and I'll talk to you all next week. Bye. Did you laugh? I did.